Alrighty, so about a week ago now, I decided to buy myself a brand new Casio watch off of Amazon for $26. And after wearing it for a couple days, I can definitely say that I am very, very, very happy with my purchase. I really do love this watch right here. But here's the thing, I already own a Casio watch, so why would I need another? This Casio watch is an A168. And I've been wearing it just about every single day for the last 2 years. And I really, really, really do like this watch. I really like the retro classic styling. I really like that it's stainless steel. And I really like the simplistic functions of this watch. It doesn't do too much, but it does everything perfectly. And that is why I like this watch so much. And the reason why I decided to buy a new watch is because there are two main things about this watch that I am honestly kind of unhappy with. The first of which being the sizing of this watch. To me, at least, this watch has always come off as a little bit small on my wrist, I do suppose. So as such, I've always wanted something a little bit more chunky, a little bit bigger, a little bit more oversized. And the second reason why I'm a little bit unhappy with this watch is just simply because while it does have weight to it, it's not super heavy by any means. So I've always just kind of wanted a watch that was a little bit heavier to give what I'm wearing on my wrist just a little bit more significance. And that is exactly what this watch right here has given me. This is the Casio 218H, and it is essentially just a bigger version of this watch right here. And as I'm sure you guys can tell, I am very, very, very happy with it. Today, I'm gonna be unboxing this watch for the second time. I'm gonna be letting you guys know what the watch looks like, what it feels like, what the quality of it is like. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and put the watch on my wrist, and I'm gonna let you guys know how it actually looks on wrist and everything like that kind of thing. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my one big issue with this watch right here. But first off, I do think I should probably go ahead and get this watch all unboxed while talking a little bit about the packaging. We can just see on the front of the packaging right here, we get a very, very, very nice Casio logo, all in a very nice sort of deep dark blue on a very nice white background. Certainly no complaints on my behalf, a very nice simplistic look if I do say so myself. Moving the packaging to either side, we can see there's nothing on either side of the packaging, but moving around to the back of the packaging, we can see that there is a little bit more. We can see some Japanese symbols right here. These are Japanese symbols that are meant to indicate how you're supposed to throw away the packaging and everything like that kind of thing. They basically just designate like which parts of the packaging need to go in which bin and everything like that kind of thing. Makes sense, but it is a little bit odd, as from what I can tell at least, this is a watch that is meant for sale in the North American market. So I'm not really sure why this is on the back of the sleeve. But I do suppose the most logical answer is just simply that, well, they use the same sleeve for every single watch they sell, and then they just switch out the box inside. That makes sense to me at least, but either way, still a cool little tidbit, that is for sure. We can just see a barcode right here with the product code above that. We can just see the product code is, of course, the W218H. That's the first part of the product code, and then it just goes on to say D-1AVCF. I guess that's the full, like, watch product code and everything like that kind of thing. Certainly no complaints on my behalf either way, although I am glad that they do shorten it to W218H most of the time, as saying this entire code right here would be a bit of a mouthful every single time. We can just see the barcode right here and everything like that kind of thing, and then we can just see there's some numbers right here. I'm not sure what these means, but what they mean, but it does read SK-K, sorry, it reads, I'm getting my words all jumbled up, it reads SL-KCUA3-1. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it means something. But that's pretty much all there is to the sleeve. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this box all out just like that, and go ahead and just put the sleeve on the table that I'm sitting at right now. And just taking a look at the box, it's pretty simple. We got a very, very, very nice deep dark blue color, almost the exact same color, if not, no, it's the exact same colors we get on the Casio logo on the front of the sleeve. So certainly no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. Excuse me, man, I didn't expect to burp, that is for sure. We can just see the Casio logo right here in white, which looks pretty good. It's the exact same Casio logo that we see on the sleeve, and we can see it on either side of this box. There's really not much to the box. It's decent quality, don't get me wrong, but it's certainly not the best quality either. Well, I do suppose it makes sense. This ain't no Rolex, that is for sure. Let's go ahead and get the top all all off though, and now we can actually see the watch for the first time. This is the watch that I purchased, and it looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and get the little watch stand all out and everything like that kind of thing, just like that. And I'm just gonna go and put that down on the table real quick, and I'm just gonna go and take a look at the inside of the packaging, just see if there's anything else in the packaging or anything like that kind of thing. There's some numbers up here, but I don't think that really means anything. We can see all of the trash from when I unboxed this the first time. I just shoved it in this box right here, but there's really nothing else going on. Yep, there's nothing else inside there. That was it. So let's go ahead and put that down, and let's go ahead and start taking a look at the watch stand itself. Now this watch stand does indeed appear to be unique to this watch, but not to the specific stainless steel variety of it, as they do make plastic varieties of the W218H as well, but we can just see it just says Casio right there, and then there's just 2 blue lines, and then it just says LED light, daily alarm stopwatch, 50-meter water resist, and then it just says CAS 25. I don't know what that means in all honesty, but you know, this is a pretty nice watch stand. I'm probably going to toss it after this video in all honesty. Let's go ahead and get my watch all off, but first, before I go ahead and let you guys know what this watch actually looks like and everything like that kind of thing, I do want to just get some of the papers out of this little compartment right here, and I want to go ahead and just take a look at them real quick. We have the user's guide, we have the warranty card, and we have the for California use only card right here. I don't really know why this is in here, but this is just for California use only. Thankfully, I don't have to use this because thankfully I don't live in California. But that's pretty much all there is. The user guide, I read over it a little bit. It's pretty useful, I do suppose. It tells you how to take care of the watch and everything like that kind of thing. It tells you how to use the watch. It's pretty useful. I'm not going to be going over it in today's video. The warranty card I did not look at all, but I did hear while researching this watch that the warranty card is as inspecific as it possibly can be. So Casio really doesn't want to Casio really wants to try to avoid to actually have to take in any warranty claims or anything like that kind of thing, which I do suppose makes sense. This is like only a $26 watch after all, so what's the point of really doing a warranty claim on it or anything like that kind of thing? Just get a new watch. If it breaks, it's only $26 after all. But I mean, like, hey, $26 is $26 after all. So hey, if you want to do a warranty claim, hey, you should be able to, that is for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at this watch right here. We can see it has a very, very, very nice stainless steel band, and this is a bracelet style watch as well. It is not a wasp that it is not a watch that comes fully unclasped. You do indeed need to, let's see if I can actually close this up. You do indeed need to get it off of your wrist. You need to just unfold it like that and then just slip it over your hand and everything like that kind of thing. That's how this watch works. That is a completely new thing to me. I've never had a watch like this before, but honestly, after wearing this watch for the last couple days, I've honestly grown to like the whole bracelet style quite a bit, that is for sure. It's actually very comfortable and I really do like it, that is for sure though. We can see though that this is indeed a stainless steel watch, not only on the band, but also on the watch itself. We can just see it just says in black illuminator right there, and then it just says water 50-meter resist right there, and then we can see it just shows the date, what day it is, the time, whether it's AM or PM. You can also do 24-hour time if you want. It has the seconds and everything like that kind of thing, so certainly no complaints on my behalf. It does a pretty good job doing everything that I want it to do. It also has alarm settings. It also has like stopwatch settings and everything like that kind of thing. I don't tend to use that sort of stuff. I just want a watch to use it as a watch, I will admit, but nonetheless, this watch does that capability pretty well as well from what I can tell. Taking a look at the back of the watch, though, it's a little bit hard to take a look at the back of the watch just simply because this is a bracelet style. I can't just completely unfurl it, but we can just see there is indeed some engraved text in there. I don't know how well y'all can see that on camera, so I'm just going to read it off to you guys real quick. It just says Casio water resistant, and then it just says 3224, and then next to that it says W218H, and then it just says stainless steel back, water resistant 5 bar. So this is pretty water resistant. 5 bar, that's some pretty intense pressure right there. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Yeah, 5 bar. Yeah, 50 meters, isn't that? Yeah, that's 5 bar, isn't it? I'm trying to remember the water depth pressures and everything like that kind of thing. I always get really mixed up with water depth pressure. It's confusing to me. But either way, 5 bar, I do know that that's nothing to scoff at. It ain't nothing like a G-Shock or anything like that. Like G-Shocks, I think are good up until like 200 meters down or something like that kind of thing. But also, G-Shocks are like, I don't know, like 4 times the price of this. So I really can't complain, that is for sure. And then, of course, this watch is made in China, and then below that it just says EA, and then there is a little bit of a thing on the band itself that just says S-15000V, which I suppose is probably the band model or something like that kind of thing. I really do have no clue. We can see on the clasp, it just says Casio right there, looking really nice, and that's pretty much all there is to the watch looks-wise. So, let's go ahead and get it on. But first off, I do suppose I should probably get this watch all off. And we can see this watch just comes off very, very, very easily, just like that. Just comes fully off. You don't got to worry about it or anything like that kind of thing. Whereas this watch, you have to slip over your hand, and then you have to kind of just go like that to get it all on, and then to pop it all off and everything like that kind of thing, you just hit those two little buttons right on either side, just like that. But you can just snip it back on just like that, and it looks pretty good if I do say so myself. It honestly is a great look in my personal opinion. Now, I will admit, one of my complaints about this watch is that the front of the watch is made of what feels like plastic. It definitely does not feel like aluminum. This one, on the other hand, it's all glass on the front, so you don't really notice that. And while a lot of the front of this watch right here is glass as well, a lot of the edges are made of plastic and everything like that kind of thing. So it just doesn't feel super high quality kind of thing. But it's a $26 watch. It is what it is. But it by no means feels lower quality than this watch, that is for sure. Especially since the weight of this watch on my wrist is a lot more significant than this watch ever has been. This watch, when I first started wearing it, felt a little bit heavy on my wrist, but I got used to it kind of thing, and then it was just like super light kind of thing. It was just normal, and I figure this watch is probably going to be the same way, but nonetheless, I really do like the weight of this watch. It's really, really, really nice. It's like wearing a weighted blanket all the time kind of thing. It's like wearing a weighted blanket on one specific part of my body all the time. That's what it's like kind of thing. That's what it's like. So I certainly can't complain about it. That is for sure. But, you know, I really do like how this watch looks. I really think it just takes up my wrist just a little bit better kind of thing, but it's not chunky enough where my sleeve can't go over it or anything like that kind of thing. I really, really, really am a pretty big fan of this watch. The light works pretty well. Let's see if y'all can see that. Probably not very well, but the light does work pretty well. I'm pretty happy with this watch, as I'm sure you guys can tell, and it looks pretty good in my personal opinion. I am a pretty big fan of this watch, that is for sure. But now that I've gone ahead, I put it on the wrong way. I put it on the wrong way, whoopsies. But now that I've gone ahead and talked about the packaging a little bit, I've talked about why I'm really happy with the watch, I've talked about the quality of it, I've talked about how I'm happy with how it looks on my wrist, I'm happy with the weight of it and everything like that kind of thing, and I really do like the simplistic functions of this watch as well. Essentially, it really just is just a bigger version of this watch. In all honesty, it really is just a bigger, more chunky version of this watch right here. So as such, I really am just so happy with it. But I did say at the beginning of this video that I had an issue with this watch as well. So what is that issue? Well, with my Casio A168, you get a quick adjust. This is a little quick adjust thing right here. You can like bend these like two little tabs right here, I think, and you can adjust this up or down to get like the perfect size on you. It's pretty nice. It's really easy to use, and I really do like that a lot. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But you cannot do the same with this watch right here. With this watch, you have to manually take the links on and off. Now, that might be really good to some people, or that might be a pain in the ass to others. It was kind of a pain in the ass to me because I have no clue what I'm doing. I just wear a watch because I like this watch. I'm not really a watch person by any means kind of thing. I don't own a lot of watches. I only actually own two watches. These are the two watches I own right here, and they're both cheap-ass Casios. So I'm sure you guys can tell I'm not really a super big watch person or anything like that. So I don't have any watch tools or anything like that kind of thing. And to get the different links off and everything like that kind of thing, from what I could tell, you're supposed to use watch tools and everything like that kind of thing. So what I did, instead of messing with it myself and possibly breaking the band and everything like that kind of thing, is I took it to an actual professional watch person, and I was like, hey, can you guys like make this fit me? And that's exactly what they did. So that's what I did a couple days ago. And since that point, it has been fantastic. It's been fitting me really, really, really well. It's been really comfy. I really do like the weight of it. And yeah, I'm really happy with this watch. That is for sure. I think the band itself can go up to 4 inches. If you get it stock, it's at the maximum size kind of thing, and that's like 4 inches. My wrist is definitely not 4 inches. We can tell I wear a watch a lot because I've got a tan line right there where I normally wear a watch. What was I saying? I've completely lost my train of thought, in all honesty. I've completely lost my train of thought. I can't believe me. What was I talking about? I took this watch to the professionals because I didn't feel like breaking it. And I'm very glad I did, because it took like 20 minutes and they were all done. They're getting it fitting me properly and everything like that kind of thing. It was really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and put this watch back on though. I was wearing this watch earlier today and I just took it off just for the video and everything like that kind of thing. And I put it back in the box because I wanted to do the unboxing experience the second time and everything like that kind of thing. But that's my new watch. This is the brand new watch I bought off of Amazon for $26. And I certainly am very, very, very happy with it, that is for sure. And if you're looking for a watch to wear on a daily basis, I really cannot recommend a watch better than this one. Literally, I cannot recommend a watch better than this one because this is the nicest watch I've ever owned. This is the most expensive watch I've ever owned. The Casio A168 retails for like $20, $22, depending on when you buy it. This watch on the other end retails for $26, so it's $4 to $6 more expensive than the watch I've been wearing for the last 2 years. So I quite literally cannot recommend a better, more expensive watch or anything like that kind of thing. But if you like the whole sort of chunky watch look and everything like that kind of thing, I really do think that this watch will be very much to your preference. But if you're not a super big fan of chunky watches or anything like that kind of thing, I really do think that you can't go wrong with the Casio A168. It's a super classic watch. It looks fantastic. I love it. It's a great watch. It really is a great watch that I still am a huge fan of, even though I don't plan on wearing this watch very much anymore. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this watch, in all honesty. And what I'm thinking I might do with this watch is I might put it in my Suburban. My Suburban does not have a working clock, so what I might do is I might adjust the quick adjust to attach this to the steering wheel, so then anytime I want to see the time in my Suburban, I can just look on my steering wheel, and there we go. There's the time. I might do that with this watch. It would be pretty funny, I ain't gonna lie. Although in reality, I have no clue what I'm gonna do with this watch. It's probably just gonna be my backup watch, just in case I either lose this watch or something happens to it, I break it or something like that kind of thing. I'll just have this watch as my backup. But I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I had one other thing I wanted to say, didn't I? Oh no, I talked about the problem I had with the watch. Yeah, that problem is not really a big deal. Once you get it solved, you don't got to worry about it anymore or anything like that kind of thing. I think that was everything I wanted to say. Yeah. Well, I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I certainly have enjoyed making it. It's been a lot of fun talking about my new watch and everything like that kind of thing. I really have enjoyed talking about my new watch in today's video. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are on this new watch. I think it's pretty flexing, I ain't gonna lie. I think it's pretty drippy, that is for sure. So let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my second channel, all in the description down below. Go check it all out. And if you guys have ever worn this watch right here, or an A168, or if you guys are just watch people in general, let me know y'all's thoughts on this watch right here. But thank you so much for watching, y'all. To the next one, stay safe and peace. Have a great one. Yes, sir, you know what I'm saying?